Yeah, and I'm playing outside, so that's why I'm so close. 'Cause I'm smoking.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him. Drop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be
Yeah, I'm about to
second
go in.
Quick observation, Brandon. What's going on in this game? I'm seeing linebackers playing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are
Come
turning
on.
on that other
Come
side.
on. All right, y'all.
Away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity
What you
later
got?
on when you
Snapchat?
can play action
I
on
mean,
or stick
Facebook
something to
Live.
them between the second and the third level.
really?
But this isn't a closed group. It's not like public to where y'all can see it. Y'all can't see it. It's just whoever on that page.
So a 3rd and 10.
It's a closed
Game
page.
page.
A dime look, 6 DBs.
Yeah.
To throw is Prescott. He hits Beasley inside.
Time out.
Who the fuck is Robert Freeman?
Who?
Robert Freeman.
Facebook trying to add people.
Somebody trying to add me on Instagram.
Oh, just click on and see if he got his page open.
No, private.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. He can run.
Oh, I couldn't see.
A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game.
Oh, shit.
And that will force a turnover on downs.
I couldn't.
Offense taking the field again, but I want to
Couldn't see shit.
defensive side.
Cost myself the game
His
already.
quote before the Week 7 game, Charles, was, "Look, I wouldn't call this a must-win, but we're going to kick their behinds just to clean it up a little bit."
Couldn't wait to get to the desert dig on Arizona, could he?
Well, he was right, Von Miller. They thoroughly flummoxed rookie Josh Rosen, goaded him into throwing 2 pick-sixes en route to that 35-point win.
Yeah, and Von Miller had 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery, so he backed up his words in a big way. Big win for Denver. They cannot afford any more slip-ups, though, because Kansas City and the Los Angeles Chargers played awfully well. They do get their chance against Kansas City in Week 8 on the road in Arrowhead Stadium.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Got a man, he finds Sanders. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. But they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Broadway football to begin. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and there's creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on the ground they go with a running back. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On third down, it's Lindsay, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. They know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Elliott. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. A first down carry by Elliott. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Elliott. Nice footwork at the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Now Prescott. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Oh, he played for them now. The game updated. The game updated Thursday, and the Amari Cooper been on this since Thursday. That's how.
Get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, first 2 touchdowns.
See, I can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now they'll toss. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
This drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play.
That's how you play?
Heck of a chunk of yardage.
Oh, that's in trouble now, buddy.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
We're looking at 186, which is the record, George. 200, is that in play? I think 200 is absolutely in play. I'm just throwing it out there as a joke. Okay, no, I'm serious. 200 is in play. That's play time getting around. I mean, those were 50 on a given night. Even Paul Pierce is backing stuff up on the jumper. This guy likes to play. I play against these guys. If he thinks it's possible, I think it's possible. What is? Well, I read that thing with that was the different other position. He played this time in 3 overtime. So if they have a
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Especially a 4th round at the top. Philly had to give up the 3rd rounder for Tate. Jimmy, who improved themselves most? The deadline. I got to go with Philly outside.
And McManus able to put it through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And as we see...
Opposite Hopkins, that's still the best team in that division. So I like to lose my whole team. Very good move. Last season, Carson Wentz led the NFL in throwing touchdown passes with a slot receiver. 16 of them. This year, he's got 1. This will make all the difference in the world. And when you're in a conference that has the Rams and you have the Saints, among other teams, you need to get better. You get better quickly. They're going to win the division, but to beat the Rams, beat the Saints, they need to get better offensively. They did that today. Great stat about progress. How about you, George? I think this is easy. I'm going the other way. I think it's the Texans. First of all, they gave up
Here in Colorado, that one over the end line. So it'll come out to the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
November 5th, our own show reboot, relaunching into a new reality. Guys, we're looking for a blueprint for this new reboot. This is Reboot 17.0. More updates than I do.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man.
Whatsoever, as far as I'm concerned, Todd Haley's history of inhibiting quarterbacks, and I think that happened there. Haley and Jackson didn't get along. They weren't doing anything for Baker Mayfield. I think this helps it. You do the control off the lead, and you start over again with the new offensive coordinator, and I think it's good work for Baker Mayfield. I don't see any problem whatsoever that it's going to get worse than Cleveland is this year. They're not even got a tackle. Yeah, I would disagree. If you look at this Cleveland Browns roster, they've been in a bunch of these games, and Baker Mayfield, by the way, is bottom 5 as far as completion.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Those particular categories. But the other thing, look at another number 1 overall pick like Alex Smith. 45 coordinators. Now, eventually it all worked out for him in the long run.
A final shot before half for Keenum. Trying to lay one up deep. And this one is incomplete. First half in an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And the decision to bring it out in a good one as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To the 39. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now,
he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
you have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
She's a rainbow.
Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice game, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Playing as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go.
The all-new Acura RDX with ELS Studio 3D sound. It's everything you ever imagined and then some. Did you shatter their expectations?
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket.
Did
Sometimes
you
you want
rewrite
him to
their
throw.
scripts?
I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He
Did you
got out
take
of the
it to
pocket.
another level?
Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an
Did you
incompletion.
make it count? What are you gonna do next?
Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Extra point attempt here still to come.
You know what's crazy? They play like this in real life.
Extra point right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10.
Streaming live on the ESPN app. Presented by State Farm.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
They're doing experiments on them.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
First they can be a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know. Kind of like my constipation.
Not talking about masturbation.
Say no more to occasional constipation with clinically proven effective Seneca. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
So, your student loans are holding you back from buying a house, investing for retirement, and living your best life? It's time to refinance your student loans with SoFi. You could get a lower monthly payment, amazing customer service, and you could see your rate in just 2 minutes. Refinance your student loans, and you could save big.
There are those who see the challenges facing the nation.
I let him go.
We fight for country. We fight for honor.
He's come a long
We
way
fight
since
to
his
win.
time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
While he was there, and he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body, and that really Mr. Goodcastle football. He's pretty impressive.
Buy or sell.
Patriots 25, Bills 6. All football games played last night. It was the only one.
9-6 through nearly 3 quarters. Patriots finally scoring the 2 touchdowns. One was defensive, 0 were from Brady, which is 1 fewer than the number of sex toys that made its way on the field. George, do you have a takeaway from the Pats and how they grinded through this game offensively?
Yeah, 2 things, reality. Gronk, he wasn't utilized very much.
What the
Only
fuck,
his red zone targets this year. He scored up Buffalo and passed Buffalo. 44 catches, 730 yards, 7 touchdowns. And Tom Brady not being blitzed a ton in this one. Same thing the Lions did to them. Not looking good in those situations for the Patriots.
That's interesting. Maybe a blueprint. Not blitzing Brady is how you keep the Patriots offense under wraps. Interesting. Woody Page, how about you?
I love you, Buffalo, and your wings, but last night, Derek Anderson, I told you, Tony Reale, 13 years ago, he could play dead in the Western. He still can. And staying at a Monday night game since 94, look forward to the next one in 2032.
Okay, not a lot of analysis from that answer, but some jokes. How about you, Kalisha?
You know, this is, I would be totally alarmed if I'm New England, because this is the kind of game Buffalo can drag you down into when they get their Monday night home game every 9 years. But I'd be a little concerned about that total absence of a running game without Sony Michel. With Cordero Patterson leading rushers, things have got to improve.
To me, it was just one of these nights for the Patriots. It didn't start out well. Josh Gordon wasn't going to play the first couple of series with the issues that he's had showing up late for practice. So it was just one of those nights, remember, for Buffalo. This was it for them. This was their great big moment, and they hung it tough for 3 quarters. Just not enough for them. Buy or sell 2, Ty Montgomery. Bonnie K. Buffalo. Disobeyed as well. I mean, if we set a decision on it, I don't know if this guy's going to go for it. I'm not going to say on the goal line at the take a chance and put the game in the ref game. I don't think we would have a conversation about this one.
But instead, he should
absolutely right there, Ty. We would not be having this conversation right now if you didn't fuck with football. What do you buy or sell his explanation?
I'm not buying anything he said in there. If you look down, you'd see you were in the blue zone. It was painted blue. And the other point is, if he does bring it out and he returns it 25, 30 yards, you've used up 15 seconds. We've seen what Aaron Rodgers can do with an extra 15 seconds. You were totally wrong. It's a Western Union situation. Send a message. Get rid of it.
You think this is a cuttable offense? If you defied the coaches or just doing it on its own? Kalisha, how about you?
It still seems very defiant, even though he says he's not that kind of guy. He goes on to say, I'm not playing much, I was frustrated, I wanted to make a play. So he's pretty much telling you, yeah, I wanted to make something happen, even though they told you, take a knee if you're in the end zone, which is where he was at.
Frank, I told him.
I'm not going to cut it, but to hear him try to explain this away, it's simple math. It's Aaron Rodgers getting more by more like he's a field goal. There's no explain. If you wouldn't be talking about him fumble, yeah, that's the problem. That's where it all begins and ends.
Reality, we know that when players say things anonymously, we know they're telling the truth, and everyone is saying that this guy was looking out for himself, unbelievably selfish. He should be cut. Tim Cowlishaw, he covers Jimmy Johnson. If Jimmy Johnson was the coach of this team, he would have been gone already.
Tim, you're the only one who didn't weigh in on this. Is this a cuttable offense for you?
I think it is. I mean, this could easily cost them the playoffs. This could be the loss that does it.
We'll move on. Buy or sell 3. First to 7-0 in the NBA. The Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks 124. Raptors 109. How Milwaukee seemingly has made the jump, or at least made enough of a jump to win this game without Giannis using the concussion protocol. Timmy, what does the 7-0 start mean?
When you look at Milwaukee's stats, and there aren't many stats that mean anything beyond three-point shooting and percentage in the NBA, Milwaukee shoots them great, they defended great, have the best rebound percentage in the league. When you're doing all that, you're going to win a lot of games.
That's Tim Cowlishaw. I still, how about you?
Most underrated free agent signing of the offseason was Mike Budenholzer, head coach of Milwaukee. Remember, no Giannis, no Kawhi. This is funny. Kawhi Leonard now, they played 2 road games. He hasn't made the trip, so we all thought that Kawhi really liked Toronto. He's yet to leave the country.
It's always good when you set up a story, but this is funny. I gave you a little laugh there, Frank, to help you out. How about you, George? What did you think is funny about this?
I think it's funny that Jason Kidd had a similar roster and couldn't do anything with it. Mike Budenholzer shows how much coaching matters in the NBA today. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA, particularly when it comes to offense, brings that Spurs system. Look, he's made a big impact there, as big an impact as anyone. Frank said it.
How about you, Woody?
I have a 14-point answer for you. They didn't have the Greek freak last night, but they had the Geek freak. They had, what, 7 guys in double figures? This is the best team in the Eastern Conference, and nobody talks about it.
Yes, that's why we're doing the story, because they're 7-0 in the Eastern Conference, Woody Page, and nobody was talking. Yes, that's exactly why we were talking about it today. You're going the wrong way, Woody. I gotta say, George, you really came back strong. But you're still in your first bolt of your career around the horn. Smile for the Pages. This is a good moment for you. Close enough. Page is done too. Counter strike solo. Showdown next.
Expedia introduces Add-on Advantage, a new way to save on travel. Now when you book a flight, you unlock discounts on select hotels that you can use up until your trip starts. So whether you want to go out, stay in, or be in the middle of it all, add the perfect hotel when you're ready and save. Add-on Advantage. Only with Expedia. Blue Moon is a Belgian-style wheat beer brewed with Valencia orange peel for a flavorful and refreshing taste that rises above.
Douglas! We're running dangerously low on feeds! People love your feeds, Douglas. They love them.
Just shy of the 40. Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots.
You want to go sell some tacos? Progressive knows small business makes big demands. Doug, where do we get a replacement chili pepper foam? So we'll design the insurance solution that fits your business.
fucking God.
Special.
Oh, that was so
$2
cool.
box. You can enter for a chance to win an exclusive Platinum Xbox One X, only at Taco Bell. Now, Chalupa, focus.
Wrong button, buddy. Wrong button.
Really? Man, this is what I feel like when I wear regular shoes. Cramped and uncomfortable.
We can arrange a little upgrade.
Which is why I wear Skechers wide fit shoes. They have extra room throughout. They're like a luxury ride for my feet.
Try Skechers wide fit shoes.
Some say I rub from the rich to get to the poor. But if the rich are stealing from you, who's really the thief? Are you with me?
I want to stop the sheriff.
This is our shot.
This is suicide. Danger's what makes it fun.
£1,000 for the man who brings the us.
This is not very good work.
We brought the Infinity QX50 and its revolutionary technology to Germany to see what the locals think.
This is not German.
For pilot assist? I need no assistance to drive. Stop! I must see Visitoma.
It's like two engines in one.
Get out! I drive.
The all-new Infinity QX50. There's nothing traditional about it. Lease the 2019 Infinity QX50 for $379 a month at your local Infinity retailer. Infinity. Empower the drive.
Get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month. Plus 4 free smartphones when you switch. Unlimited. Yeah. Smile, you're on Cricket.
The critically acclaimed television event continues. Their images were iconic. People were falling in love with these players. The college coach up there, all done in the Army. I said, I was working around there when I was 13. Oh my God.
Not almost.
Oh, man, that is wild, man.
On My 20 Vision.
As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards.
Challenge show I sold a good-looking showdown.
Doing the same things over and over and over and expecting a different result then. That's insanity, so you probably don't want to be around with my patients.
That's after T-Wolves 124, Lakers 120. Sam at 2-5. Time for LeBron. Lose patience?
No, I mean, you got to think about all those Miami and Cleveland teams that got off the better, bad starts that have better rosters. He's going to have to be more patient with this, with a team of still fitting parts.
So, Sam, let me give you a little geography lesson. He used to play in the Eastern Conference with Miami and Cleveland. Now he's in the West. He started 2-5. That's a big-time hole to get into. Plus, he doesn't have that secondary star like he had in Cleveland.
So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet.
Consider that, Frank.
It can be
Would be
done,
over.
but it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for him.
We'll move on. Showdown 2. Who's your 4? College football playoffs. First rankings tonight. Frank, start us off. We're looking at Alabama and Clemson. Their name 1, 2, and 3. Who's your 4? Now, you got to make it LSU because you got the big game this weekend. Alabama came back through, so you might as well put them forth now because if they get blown out this weekend, it's going to be a long time they see them.
I actually think it might be Michigan. They're the only team that's lost. They lost an opening weekend, close game at South Bend, so they lost one of the 3 unbeatens up in front of them. LSU, obviously, they can pull off the upset and jump in there.
Wow, that's the answer I was looking for. That's pulling off the upset, although I was really looking for UCF. Nobody gave me that. But Callis show what you gave me is good enough. 30 seconds to take.
This caused me great pain after years of defending the BCS on this show, and I was right about all that. I'm not saying I'm wrong now. I am now coming out in favor, reluctantly, of an 8-team playoff. The 14 playoff isn't working. The fact that they just ignored conference championships and last year let Alabama in without even playing in it, you can't do that. So at least with 8, at least with 8, you get the 5 3 wild cards.
This is an incredible turn of events for you, Tim. I applaud it. All right. Enough of this. Now to the good stuff. Tomorrow, our favorite show of the year, the Halloween special. Who will grace us with their presence? What can Israel possibly do that will one-up his back-to-back winning performances? Do not miss it.
Charles, you know what coaches always tell us.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Michael Tony. Bills fans threw 3 sex toys on the field last night.
I'm Tony Kornheiser, so people just assume I'm a Bills fan?
Well,
really?
Yeah, I mean, Binghamton is not more than a 2-hour drive away?
No. Binghamton is 3 hours from Boston. Yeah, but we go through this a lot. Illinois has a lot of distance up and down, but it doesn't have a lot of distance side to side.
3 hours from Buffalo?
New York is a very wide state. Yeah, 3 hours from Buffalo, I think.
That was a nice commute.
I didn't go to Buffalo that
Rich
much.
Stadium.
Long way. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Patriots roll. Klay Thompson lights up his bull. And Giants quarterback Kyle Lauletta gets arrested on the day he could have become the starter. But we begin today with the NFL trade deadline, and Le'Veon Bell was not traded because he can't be traded today. He hadn't signed the franchise tag, which is a great move by Bell. Demaryius Thomas traded to Houston to replace the injured Will Fuller. Another receiver, Golden Tate, traded to the Eagles to give Carson Wentz another target. The 8-0 Rams, meanwhile, got the former number 3 overall pick and pass rusher Dante Fowler Jr. from Jacksonville. God knows what they're doing. But the headline is that the Packers traded Ty Montgomery after you, Wilbon, said he should simply be reprimanded.
Yeah.
So why don't you start with Mr. Montgomery?
What's wrong? The trade is bogus. It's not a trade. They traded him for a ham sandwich.
That's right.
And not even a ham sandwich this year. Next year, a 7th-round pick. He's like right down there, potentially next to Mr. Irrelevant. So let's get off that right now. You were right. All credit to you.
Did you hear his explanation?
I thought his explanation was okay.
No, his explanation
was blind.
His explanation infuriated any reasonable thinking
Not
person.
the explanation is what he said after the explanation. What infuriated his whole club was when he said, I don't know if I can trust any of you.
That's
people.
right. He
and
also said he didn't want to take the knee at the 1. Look down at your feet. Because the end zone is a different color than the field.
That was legit.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. You're 2 yards in. He did this to give the Heisman to Mike McCarthy, and they tossed
They said, we hate you. Get
That's right.
We
Get out.
established that. Now, let's talk about what the Packers did otherwise. They say to Clinton Dix, they get rid of him. Look, it's
he
a
went
whole
to the
happy day
Good for the
be a
Redskins.
Chicago Bear fan.
Who cares about the
Because
Bears?
I do. Because
Nobody
I
else
care about
in
the
America.
Redskins, because the Lions and the Packers
have problems in the secondary all the time, picked up a very good defensive back in Ha-Ha.
Yeah, starts with the Packers.
Their actual consistency in the East, where the Eagles picked up Golden Tate, who can catch the ball.
From Detroit. Right. Why would Detroit get rid of Golden Tate?
No, I'm not a GM. A lot of things that happen are dumb.
You're crediting
the Rams, who are really good now, just got to better.
Another guy, problem guy.
So far, and I think I'm right with this, I think I'm right that Wade Phillips has had a very good hands-on with a lot of problematic people like Sue and some other people. Maybe this guy's problematic. He's also a very good pass rusher. They're better.
Like this guy is from Jacksonville, whose production is falling off the table, but he can get to the quarterback allegedly from the outside. He only had 2 sacks this year. I'm still looking at this, Tony. You can credit the Eagles if you want, and that makes sense.
I'm going to credit Houston.
I'm going to credit Houston. We're getting Demarius Thompson. I got
He's last really good with Peyton Manning.
They didn't give up that much
but
to get
they
him.
need...
He's 30 years old. You would think he's still
4
able
or 5
to produce.
weeks ago, you told me they were nothing. I told you they were pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
You love the Packers. You slurp the Packers.
Don't understand.
They got rid of Ha-Ha Clinton Dix.
Don't understand it. There are things that don't make sense. You think it's about payroll. I don't know what
it is about payroll.
I don't know what all of these things are about, but I know for the first time in years, because usually the trade deadline in the NFL means
this sport.
This time it did. This time it did.
Packers, Lions. What are you doing? There's finally news
the
concerning the
Chicago-centric quality of this show
at the University of Maryland, and this is bizarre, and I know you're going to agree, Tom. I know you. The school's board of regents is recommending that Coach DJ Durkin be retained following the investigation into various abuses in the program, including the death during conditioning drills of Jordan McNair. Also, school president Wallace Lowe is set to retire, or will be retiring in June. And various reports say the board was seriously conflicted, although a source told ESPN the board insisted Durkin be reinstated as coach after being suspended for the first 8 games of this season. Of all this, what do you make?
We can have fun with a lot of things on this show, like the trade deadline. I'm not going to have fun.
No.
I cannot believe that DJ Durkin will be coming back to coach Maryland after some player died on his watch of negligence. I cannot believe that the AD, Damon Evans, will be allowed to be the AD when that same player died on his watch of negligence. DJ Durkin is 10 and 15 as a coach. He's recruited well. They have a pretty good team. But you tell me how this works. Tell me how he's going to go into the home of a family with a recruit and say to the parents, I'm going to take care of your boy. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take it. How is he going to do that? And how are the other schools in the Big Ten not going to say, you want to send your boy to Maryland? You know what happened to Maryland? You want to do that?
Listen, Tony, there are reports of players walking out of Durkin's first meeting back with his own team. Active players out the door. So when you talk about who's asking that question, I guarantee you that those young men, I bet you some, if not all of their parents are asking that question.
Absolutely.
This seems to me to be, I heard this and I was shocked. And as a trustee of a university in the Big Ten, another one of my reactions is get Maryland out if they can't behave any more responsibly than this. DJ Durkin, the head coach, and I'm focusing on the head coach, all right? Because the AD doesn't go into your recruits' living room, even though he may be responsible.
AD was on
the coach needs to be fired. And Wallace Lowe, I guess if he's going to retire in June, that means it feels like he's, as they say, I'm leaving on my own terms.
No.
But he's got a hand in this.
Wallace Lowe should probably also be fired. Wallace Lowe, according to reports, wanted to get rid of the coach and the AD, and they told him, if you do that,
you're out.
We'll fire you right now. So it seems to me he took the gutless road out of this. We are old enough to remember with great clarity what happened to Lefty Driesell after Len Bias died. And Len Bias, he did that to himself with drugs. The notion that you could be the head coach or the AD of the program.
And there was negligence. There was negligence. They've even talked openly about settling lawsuits. So what is this coach doing employed this Saturday or any Saturday at that school?
Don't get it. The New England Patriots continued their dominance over the Buffalo Bills last night, but without a dominant performance. The Patriots offense produced only 1 touchdown, and Tom Brady threw 45 times and did not throw 1 touchdown pass. On Sunday, the Patriots will face the Green Bay Packers, who Wilbon now loves because he thinks they're diminished.
Yeah.
But they are a better team than Buffalo. Wilbon, after what you saw last night, do you see the Patriots as vulnerable against the Packers?
The Patriots aren't vulnerable against anybody. How many straight games have the Patriots won? 5? What are we talking about here? They're not vulnerable. No, the notion that Tom Brady didn't throw a touchdown pass, that's dumb. Here's the need to, they scored the defense. Look, they kick field goals because Buffalo's defense, you always say the other coaches get paid. They study film. They had a good defensive effort for 3 quarters. And then it was undermined, as it often is in Buffalo lately, by a quarterback who threw a pick. So, no, the Patriots won a game in the division, which figured to be tough, and they'll keep winning.
So what's interesting to me is you announced that the Patriots will win every game all the time.
Just about.
This is your reverse psychology.
Every year I say this. Every year you give me.
Tom Brady is 29-3 against Buffalo.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, where the game was last night, Tom Brady is 15-2. So winning was a foregone conclusion. I enjoyed the beginning of the game because the Bills, understanding that their quarterback wasn't any good, moved a lot of people in there to handle the snap. They ran reverses. They ran wildcats. A lot of all cool stuff. It worked good for 10 seconds, 14 seconds, something like that. The reason I think the Packers have a chance in this particular game is what has happened with the Packers in the last week. They need to win this. And this is only the second time, Mike. Only the second time that Aaron Rodgers, as the number 12, is going to go against the number 12, Tom Brady. The first time it happened, in 2014, it was in Green Bay, and Rodgers won. I think their motivation for this is great. So I give them a better chance than you give them.
Nobody's motivation. I respect to the point of fearing the Green Bay Packers, and you know why. No one's motivation is ever greater than Bill Belichick's, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots. So every year, when you try to pry the door